Hi, my name's Alex Farha, and I have today a Zeryab Oud that I got from Maurice Oud Shop, and I want to show you a feature on it that allows you to adjust the action slightly. So it's a Syrian-made oud, again by the maker Zeryab, and I think one of the good features about this is it has a little rod here that you can adjust with an Allen key. And it functions, I think, the same way that a coordinator rod on a banjo would function, where it's not a truss rod like a guitar where it affects the bowing of the neck, but rather the pitch of the neck, the angle slightly. And it's really a minor adjustment, but it's definitely noticeable. So I want to show you how to do that and how to do it properly. You can hear the oud. Sounding oud, and I have it set right now at a very comfortable action. So it's very comfortable to play right now, but I'm going to show you how you can adjust it to make it slightly higher and slightly lower. It's a feature I think that's very useful. It's not going to fix all of your problems, but it will help you make minor adjustments with weather changes. Sometimes you'll notice that the neck will move up slightly or move back, and typically on a traditional oud, you're going to have to get a neck reset, which is very expensive to fix that. So with this, it gives you some minor adjustments that you can do, so maybe you can avoid that expense. It has its limitations, of course. You can't go lower than it's set right now, which is, like I said, very comfortable. I wouldn't go any lower than this because it would buzz a lot. But you can adjust it to your own liking. You might like higher action, you might like the way it sounds a little bit more. So we're going to check that out, and I'll show you how to do that right now. Okay, so here we have the oud, and here's that screw that I was talking about that we're going to adjust the action. So you're going to need one of these, which is an Allen key. This is a number 10 Allen key, which is 5/32 of an inch across, or 3.9 millimeters. You probably have one of these lying around. You just test it and make sure it fits and that it's not too big or too small. You don't want to strip that screw, okay? And I'll show you how to adjust it in a sec. So first we're going to look at the action we have it at right now. Okay, so you can see that's pretty high. I have a little ruler here, hopefully that comes through. And it's about 5/32 of an inch, okay? So that's pretty high. Not very comfortable to play if you're playing up here, okay? So I want to get that lower. Now that while I have it up here, I want you to see the back of the neck, because you can notice that, hopefully you can see it in this light, if I can get it close up. The neck joint has there's a little crack. It's not broken, it's just that the neck joint isn't completely glued, which is what makes this mechanism work, okay? If it's loose, it's going to pick up the neck a little bit, and it's going to pull it up, and you can see that it's coming off just a little bit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tighten that screw so that it pitches the neck back and lowers the action. So in order to do that, you need to access that. So what I would do is, just because the string is in the way, you're going to have to maybe just loosen one of those strings. That way you can get that out of the way. Okay, now you have access to that. So you're going to get your Allen key and find a spot where it locks in comfortably. Right around there. Okay, now it's in here. It feels nice. So remember, we're tightening it. So that means you're going clockwise. Okay, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay. You don't want to loosen it more than this. We're going to try to tighten it as much as it can go. Okay? Now, generally what I would do, if I haven't done this before, is go a little at a time, maybe a quarter turn, and then check it. Quarter turn and check. But I'm going to go all the way because I've already done this before. So I'm tightening it, going around, and then Right when I feel the resistance, I know I can't go any further. Okay, then that's where you want to stop. And that's because the neck has already reached the body as close as it can get. So we can't go any further on this oud. But I want to show you how that affected the action. Alright, so we'll tune that. Whoops, too high. Okay, so we got that tuned, and now let me get that close up so you can see how it affected the action. There we go. Okay, so it's not maybe super noticeable, but it went down a bit, down to about 3/32 of an inch. Okay, which is about like a millimeter difference. Now that might not seem like a lot when you look at it, but when you play it, it's very significant. Feels very comfortable there now, as opposed to before it felt very uncomfortable to play. So that's how you do it, and it's very effective. It may not solve all your problems, right, but it gives you a little bit of motion there, and you know, you can adjust a little bit, which I think is a great feature to have.